Boogaloo, another wonderful WrestleRoni for me and for you. This is one I've been waiting on for years. A dream guest if there ever was one. We got him right here on the show. The legend, the icon, the man himself, Smokey C. How we feeling, Bubby?
I'm doing great, bro. How you feeling, Holmes?
I'm feeling good, man. We just had the Roni Awards. There's a lot of mixed emotions there, and I love the mixed emotions, so I'm living it up. How you feeling, Bubby? What's going on in your world?
Doing great, bro. Just living life, being a daddy and a grandpa, man. You know, doing the thing. It's, you know, living life, dog.
That's crazy to me, man. I've been watching you for years, and you coming on here saying you're a grandpa, and I know I've seen the grandkids at shows, man, and it's just like, how old am I then? Holy hell.
Yeah, man, I've got 2 beautiful grandbabies. I'm blessed, for sure.
No doubt. Sure. And that's the important stuff, man. We can sit here all day and talk about family and the important stuff, but that's what not what folks is here for. They want to hear about the wrestling, so I guess that's what we'll have to do. Yeah, man. Dude, so glad to have you on. Like I say, I've been watching you for years. I don't even know where to begin with you, but let's take it back to Clarksburg. Those are some of my fondest memories of you. The first ever barbed wire steel cage in West Virginia history. I think the only barbed wire steel cage in West Virginia history. It's one of my favorite memories in wrestling, period. Not just here, period. Being there, that atmosphere. Take me back to those days. What was going on backstage? What was going on in the ring with the crowd? What do you remember?
And I just remember me and TJ Phillips, we had that feud going on, man, and we was trying to do things that West Virginia hadn't seen, or you know, that hadn't been done yet. So before the barbed wire cage thing, I think it was maybe a show or 2 before that, we did a hatchet on a pole match, and it was a full blown like meat cleaver hanging on a pole, like not dulled down, not gimmicked at all. We were cutting each other up with it, man. But the barbed wire cage, I remember after the cleaver match, me and TJ was like, all right, well, how the fuck do we top that? You know what I mean? Like, what do we do next to top that? And he was like, well, how about we do a cage? And I was like, you know, me being my fucking, hey, man, you know? I was like, let's do a barbed wire cage, man. It ain't been done here. So he was like, all right. He had a guy that could build it, and it took the dude probably 3 weeks to build the damn thing, I think.
Well,
I remember before the show, I got in, we set it up and stuff, and I got in there, man, and that thing was so fucking rickety, bro. It was so not put together, bro.
I was ready for it to fall on the crowd.
Yeah, but no, I just remember, you know, that night, just me and TJ both just looking at each other like, bro, like, we're about to make some sort of history tonight. You know what I mean? Like, this is a first ever in the state of West Virginia. I don't think anyone's done it. You know, but after that, someone else did do it. I think East Coast, IWA East Coast did one after TJ and I had done one.
Okay.
But yeah, man, it was very, very exhilarating, man. You know what I mean? Before hitting that curtain and getting ready to go out there, because, you know, we knew we was about to do something special. So
and that crowd was hot.
Shout out TJ Phillips, man. He's one of my favorite opponents and always will be. I love being in the ring with TJ. I do.
Okay, don't put him over too much. I'll give you a little information after we're off the air, and you might say, oh, okay, all right. I don't know if you've heard, and I don't want to put it out here.
A little bit, but, you know, bro, you know.
It was a good match. It was good times. That's the important stuff.
Wrestling-wise, he is one of my favorite people to wrestle. Ever.
There's the quote. I love it. All right. And I'm glad you corrected me. That's why I wanted you on the show, man, because I don't know everything. Hell, you know, I dip in here and there. You can't know everything. And, yeah, I didn't know there was another barbed wire steel cage. I know IWA East Coast did some wild shit. What's some wild shit you did up with IWA East Coast?
East Coast, man. I've done... I was part of the Masters of Pain one year, and I wrestled with Viper and we did like a fans bring the weapons thing, and someone had brought a blow-up doll with light tubes taped to it and shit.
Nice.
And putting into that was pretty crazy. Trying to think, man, just being around some of the people that they've brought in there, bro. You know what I mean? Like guys that we see on television now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Woody Numbers, God rest his soul, man. I miss that cat every day. Woody was a big part of me being there. You know what I mean? Like, because when all that started, I guess it's okay for me to talk about this because it's old heat and it's been squashed. So back in the day when East Coast first started, man, there was big heat between them and XMCW.
Okay.
XMCW ran Nitro Community Center. That was their home. That was their home front, man. They would pack that place out and shit. But that was where East Coast decided to have their first show.
Okay.
The Nitro at the Community Center. While XMCW was still running shows there. It was crazy.
Ooh.
But it was one of those things where if you work for them, you're not working for us situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was me, Juggulator, and I want to say like Trick Nasty.
Okay.
Were the only ones that were allowed to do both.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think, like I said, I think a lot of that had to do with Woody. Woody he had a lot of love for me, man. He believed in me when I first started when no one else did.
Nice.
Him and Krause.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, him and Ed Krause believed in me big time, man, and introduced me to Pondo. That's how I met Pondo and got into the deathmatch scene and went and did my first King of the Death matches in 2004 for Ian Rotten and I think it was Olytic, Indiana, and got fucking murdered by Ryan Boz. It's on YouTube, actually. You could search that match up.
I'll have to. Okay. What was it like working for Ian Rotten? Or you can finish your thought, but I'm very interested.
You're good. But no, I was in the video, man. I was a young, fresh, maybe 18-year-old kid, bro. I'd been working maybe 2 years at the time, 2 or 3 years.
That's a hell of a break. 2 years in. Hell yeah. I mean, it's eating rotten, knowing what we know now, but go ahead. Back then, it was a big break.
You know, and well, I had heard the horror stories about Ian Rotten and the kind of person that he was. But I'll be honest with you, man, like Ian Rotten as a promoter is a horrible person.
Okay.
Horrible person. But there's been many times when I was on the road with the Necro Butcher that Ian Rotten gave me and Necro a place to sleep when we needed a place to sleep. You know what I mean? So he's not a complete piece of shit, right? Like he's got a little heart somewhere deep inside there.
Right.
But ultimately just the things that he's done to people and said about people and the way, he's definitely a horrible promoter and yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, I guess he had his moments, and I'm talking about the letting people sleep and, you know, the good things. He had his moments there, so I never dealt with the guy. I've just heard the stories everybody else has, so what the fuck do I know?
It's you know, he's done many of my friends horrible, but, you know.
Hey, man.
I guess that's wrestling, right? Like...
Oh, shit. I mean, at least he made a little bit of money here and there while being a horrible person. We got horrible people around here that ain't making a fucking dime. So, I said it, not C. Don't take it out on him. Jesus. Well, I'm talking shit. You're one of the few out of the state that has made your rounds, that has got out there with big companies. Let's talk some JCW, man. You were with JCW back in the day. They're blowing up now. Tell me about some JCW experiences and just watching the growth of that promotion.
I bet. I'll take you back to 2007. Damn, that was a long time ago. Wow. 2007, Gathering of the Juggalos was my first time working for JCW. Corporal Robinson was the booker at the time. and I had made a good relationship and friendship with Corp, working for Ian. You know what I mean? Working at Mid South.
There you go.
So, so I knew Corp, and Corp knew me. So I went in 2007 to do this JCW thing, which is, of course, naturally something I grew up watching, and ICP being someone that I listened to, all my younger years, teenage years, and still do to this day. I'm a Juggalo fucking through and through to the day I die.
Whoop whoop.
Two big scoops of whoop.
Mm-hmm.
But I went and did that, man, in 2007. And my first match at JCW was against Too Tough Tony.
Okay.
It was my first match, man. They brought me in as a heel against Tony. And I remember I got over with the Juggalos because I got the Hatchet Man tattooed on my neck. You know what I'm saying? So the Juggalos seen that and was like, oh, well, this dude's not a bad guy. He's one of us.
Right.
So I got over with him, and the next day, I was a babyface, and I wrestled with Trent Acid, man. God rest his soul. He's another one that's gone. Left us too soon. But I wrestled him in front of Great Muda, brother.
Ooh.
And got to the back, and Muda was standing there with, I can't remember, I want to say he was standing there with Violent J and someone else, but I remember he walked up to me and shook my hand and told me that me and Trent had a very good match. Way to go. So that was a pretty big thing, you know what I mean? And just ever since then, man, I've got working with JCW. I've got to meet people and rub shoulders with people I never thought in a million years I'd get to meet and hang out with, bro. Like, I've been blessed working there. But back to the question you had asked about just the way it's changed and evolved over the years, it's definitely changed and evolved. like you said, you see what they're doing right now with Lunacy, brother. It's on fire. Yeah. JCW is fire, and the shows they're doing are free. Like, if you're in a town and there's a JCW show, go, man. Like, most of the time they are a free show and you can get in for free. Wow. So it's crazy to me. But they air episodes every Thursday. So for you people that like that crazy, not your every Monday, Friday type shit, tune into some JCW for sure.
No doubt. Talk about outside the box and something that its own original product, man. Like,
that's Violent J for you, you know, man. That's his baby, you know. It used to be, we go back to evolving and the way it's changing. It used to be like JCW felt like the bastard child of Psychopathic Records.
Okay.
Like, it was always put on the back burner. They never really gave it no love. But now, bro, like, that's Violent J's baby, bro. Like, he is putting so much into it and so much heart and soul. I'm so happy to see where JCW is going and where it's at right now. Absolutely.
The world's taking notice, too, man. I mean, the YouTube numbers don't lie. The production's there. I mean, we can go on all day about how great JCW is. So I'm glad you got to be there for the early part of it. You're still reaping the rewards. So, hell yeah, man. Good on you.
They've got a great... just a great team, you know, behind the scenes that's helping Jay with everything. Like, such a good solid team of guys, and that always helps, right? No matter what, you know, if you got a good solid team behind you, your product's going to succeed, you know.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you what, we're talking about evolution, and you're definitely the guy to ask. You've been running up and down the East Coast, but let's talk West Virginia, because that's what we talk a lot about here on the show. We've saw our ups and downs in West Virginia. I thought we were out on the upswing. Currently, in my humble opinion at least, I think a few promotions are on the downswing while a couple others are holding us afloat. But what do I know? I'm a stupid podcast host. Tell me about the changes you've seen over the years, the good, bad, and the ugly.
Man, I've seen so much change. So much change, Spooky Lou. So much. Like... Man, when I first started, or when I was first breaking in, like, it was hard to get into wrestling back then.
I'm sure.
Right? You couldn't just, I mean, not that it's, I mean, well, I guess, yeah, it is easy now, but back then, like, it was a little difficult to get into it, man. Like, you had to either know somebody or really want to do it because training was different then.
Mm-hmm.
I trained for almost a full year before I had my first match, man. Like, now these cats out here today are training for 3, 4, 5 months and put in the ring, and they're ready to go. And I don't.
You're being generous.
Well, maybe, but I just feel like that's just very unsafe on some people's part, and very, very. What's the word I'm looking for? But not the direction professional wrestling should be going, man. Like, you're putting these guys in the ring that don't know how to necessarily tell a story. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it 100. Like, you got cats in the area that shouldn't be wrestlers. And granted, I'm sure there's people in this fucking area that feel that way about me or have always felt that way about me. But again, it was different. You know what I mean? Like, when I was like,
I think it was taken more seriously.
Man, like, kayfabe was still a thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't have these guys out here that want to get their shit in. It was really all about, let's take care of each other, let's have a good match, and if we can get our shit in, we'll get our shit in. If we don't, fuck it, we'll do it next time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And get it to where we're not, you know, I hate to say it, blowing spots, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, that shit kills me.
Yeah.
You got cats that, you know, that want to go over things multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way it works, man.
And here's the vicious cycle we're in. So nobody's making money, so you have to put those cats in because you can't pay for a Smokey C or a Jason Kincaid or a bigger name because you don't have the money to pay. But those cats are getting in there, and a lot of them are having shit matches, so the fans aren't returning. So how do you break that cycle is my question.
You break the cycle by stop booking these $20, $30 guys. But like you just said, man, like, mm-hmm. if you expect for your company to succeed and draw, you can't bring in someone who's going to come in for $20 or $30 because chances are you're barely going to get a $20 or $30 match. You know what I'm saying?
Where are you going to get the money from, though, if you're not selling tickets? I mean, I think you're going to have to dip into the bank account, you know? Like, if you're going to run shows, it's going to have to come out of your pocket. You're going to have to take a chance.
In the bank accounts, fucking find you some good, solid sponsors. I mean, you know, where there's a will, there's a fucking way, man. That's always my thing. Like, if you want your company to succeed, as a promoter, only you mm-hmm. can make that happen. You know what I mean? Is it up to your wrestlers and people to help? Of course. Now, of course it is. Mm-hmm. But, you know, straight up front, it's your responsibility, bro, to go out and get sponsors, get money, advertising, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And some of these promoters don't get that, man. They think Facebook is the way of advertising, and it's not. It's not, and they need to go back to the old school ways of putting in the footwork, hanging up posters, hanging up flyers, giving out posters, giving out flyers, giving out, you know, buy one, get one free tickets, that type shit, man. Like, if you want your company to succeed, you gotta, like you said, you think outside the box, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think outside the box or go back to what used to work.
Yeah. And I think a lot of these guys are content, too. They're content drawing 20, 30 people, and, you know, that's the way it is. I don't know.
And again, like we just, that's not how it should be, though. That's not how it should be.
No. What do you think the high point was as far as us locally? What was some of our best years and why? What was going on at the time, you think?
Man, I know, like, when I was first starting out, it was on fire. You know, people around here were drawing 200, 300, 400, 500 people mm-hmm. every month. And it was great to be a part of that. Oh. You know what I mean? Like, you could, and back then you didn't have these cats that would tell you can't work here or there, okay. Except for the whole at, XMCW and East Coast when that started.
Mm-hmm.
But like very rarely did you have a promoter or a booker say, well, man, if you come work for us, you can't work over there.
Right.
Nah, man, I'm an independent professional wrestler. I'm going to wrestle independently where I want, when I want. Ain't nobody gonna tell me any different, bro. Like, it's not how that works.
Thank you. I'm the first to say, yeah, man, like, it's independent wrestling. And I think a big problem, too, is so many guys are so worried about what the other guy's doing that they're not even focused on their own product.
Right. They're worried about what somebody's doing up the road from them or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And
that's another thing I'll say is, back then, West Virginia wasn't oversaturated with companies like it is now. You had maybe three, maybe four companies, and they were at different different parts of the state. You know what I mean? They wasn't just a town over from each other like some of these companies are now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, how many companies we got running in West Virginia?
At least 15, I would guess.
Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
And they wonder why nobody makes no money.
Yeah.
Why nobody can draw? Why nobody's making no money? Brother.
Yeah, and that's just me guessing. What'd you say?
Come together. You know what I mean? All these promoters come the fuck together and do one big show, once a year, twice a year, whatever the case may be, man. And quit, like you said, quit worrying about what the other cat's doing. If you're worried about what the other cat's doing, get involved with that other cat. Find out what you and that other cat can do to help each other's fucking products succeed and make money, how your boys can make money, how you guys can start putting out some merchandise. Bro, come on now.
Merchandise. You're really getting crazy now. Merchandise. What? Oh my goodness. You're talk about thinking outside the box.
Who'd have thought, right? Who'd have thought?
I hate to be a downer because, like, we do have some good things going on. You tell me, Smokey C, you made your rounds this year. What's some of the good you've seen this year? Some of the good talent, some of the good promoters, some of the good matches, good towns. Give me some of the good you've seen while you've been around the state this year.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you who's on fire right now, and I'm pretty sure the whole state knows it. But I think the rest of the United States need to notice too, because I know you got people that tune in from everywhere. My boy Jeff Paul.
Yep.
My boy Jeff Paul is on fire right now. He's one of the hottest talents in West Virginia. Him, Troy Parker. That kid's great. He's a hell of a worker. I like him a lot. I think that Nate Saturn kid's gonna go far. Mm-hmm. He's very athletic, very respectful. Mm-hmm. Fuck, man. I mean, there's just so much young talent now. You know what I mean? Like we was talking about a little bit ago. It's like everybody and their fucking brother's a wrestler now, man, or knows somebody that's a wrestler now. It's not an unknown art form anymore. Like, everybody knows somebody who's a wrestler.
I even weaseled my way into the business shit, so it can happen.
It can, but it goes back to there's some cats in this business that shouldn't be in this business, bro. Mm-hmm. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? You're going to get heat just for putting those three over, and you didn't put over everybody else that thinks they should be put over. Believe me.
Well, I wasn't done.
Okay.
I wasn't done.
Okay. We got an hour. Go ahead.
I wasn't done. I mean, those are just some of the three that come to mind, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much fucking talent in West Virginia. Mm-hmm. So much. I think this, right now, the way the West Virginia scene is, there is more good talent than bad.
Yeah, I'll agree.
I will say that, and I'm not the type to call anybody out on how they are in the ring or whatever. I'm just saying that again, there's some cats that maybe should have stuck to buying a ticket,
or maybe be a referee or something. Be a cameraman.
Yeah, man, there's other ways into this business, bro. If you got the love for it and the passion for it, you'll find a way. You'll find a place for you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think
but, you know, there's some places on the other side of the barricade. So,
and we need those people on the other side of the barricade too. We need to make some money around here, so please, you know. I think.
Well, Danny Ray said it best, bro. He had a shirt back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and on the front it had a picture of him, and it said, "You want to get into professional wrestling?" And when he turned around, it said, "Buy a ticket."
That's smart. I like it. I think one thing working to our advantage, we talk about the young talent, and there's some great young up-and-comers. I'll put over Lane Cali, Anthony Rucker, Tyler Jacks, Gen Z, the list goes on and on.
So many of them that it's hard to literally name them all. There's so much good talent right now. So much.
And not only is that talent there, now we finally have some vets in place that give a shit, that are trying to help them and are giving them decent feedback and aren't just worried about beating the shit out of them. Because I've heard some stories. I'm sure you got a story. You got a story about some shithead vets back in the day. You don't got to name names, but did they treat a brand new Smokey C differently?
Yeah, I had my fair share of welcome to the business, kid. You know what I mean? Those type of matches and shit.
Right.
I feel like we're past that as far as professional wrestling, right?
Thank you.
We need to focus more on professionalism, respect, and just love, man. Like, that's fuck wrestling. This world needs more fucking love, respect, and appreciation for one another.
Ain't that the
Because,
truth?
man, and when I say that, because of the way the world is, right? How fucked up it is and what's going on, it trickles into shit like wrestling, you know, into wrestling and sports or whatever the case may be. And no one is looking out for anybody anymore. They're all out for themselves. And that's not what this business is about, man. We're supposed to be looking out for each other and, you know, being safe and just, it just kills me. It kills me, Smokey. Kills me.
I feel it. And it's a double-edged sword, man, because I'm not saying go in there and baby these guys. Give them some chops. Let them know what the business is like. I know it's easy for me to say because I ain't taking the fucking chops. But at the same time, when you do try to help some of these guys and give them some criticism, oh my God, they'll get on Facebook and cry a paragraph just because you tried to give them some constructive criticism, man. Like, just listen. Like, if they're somebody's actually trying to help you, take it in and just give us some thought.
Yeah, and I'll touch base on that a little bit.
Please do.
With my, and like a few years ago, kind of the same situation. I had seen something on Facebook of someone training, you know, and during training, you know, had their phone, had someone filming them, you know, giving these moves and taking these moves, and the whole time they're smiling and laughing, and so, you know, I messaged them to the side and was like, hey, you know, if you're going to post stuff from training, won't you help the business a little bit? You know what I mean? Like, you know, won't you help us? Don't make it worse than it is. You know, help us out.
Yeah, man.
And because I had done that, bro, I got so much heat over it. You know what I mean? Like, so much heat. It was that, and I made a post about something else, and bro, like, I got so much heat in West Virginia over it, and I thought that criticism is something that this business prides itself on. Am I right? Like, we as professional wrestlers should be able to take criticism from any and everybody, especially if it's a vet. If it's a vet coming to you and trying to give you productive criticism, right? Then take it with however you want to take it, but just fucking take it. Don't bitch about it. Don't go bitch to your promoter friend or whatever and go whine on Facebook about it, you know, because now look at you. And look what it did, you know, like it caused a lot of problems for me. That's why I don't wrestle in West Virginia that much anymore. But it is what it is, man. I love everybody. I don't have heat with nobody because of it. I don't hold any grudges because of it. I hope that before I'm actually done and finally walk the fuck away from this shit, that, you know, that I'm able to work for all these guys at least 2 or 3 more times. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want no heat with nobody, man. I love everybody.
Good on you. Good on you. Well, you've been in this game for a minute, for a while. How many years you think you got ahead of you?
Well, February the 22nd will make 24 years.
Fuck yeah. Props.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I keep making the joke of how I'm going to be like the next Gypsy Joe of West Virginia. I'm going to wrestle till I'm 75, 80 years old.
Hey, man, if you're happy, do it, you know?
I'm telling you, man. But 24 years of wrestling, it's, brother, it catches up with me every day. Every day.
I'm sure.
You know?
I'm sure.
Especially having them, having to play with them in the floor or on the ground. Like, I go to get up and I'm like, oh shit, hang on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can't do it.
I'm sure.
So, yeah.
And you've wrestled a crazy style, man. Like, what's some injuries you've had along the way?
And you know what? Like, I didn't get my first injury. Like, my first serious injury, like breaking something, until 2012, 2013. So I had already been wrestling maybe 10, 11 years at the time.
Okay.
I broke my hand, man, and I broke it doing a suicide dive, and I had put my hand behind the guy I was wrestling's head because I had seen his neck and head going for the guardrail, and I didn't want him to break his neck or hit his head.
Right.
It fucking crushed my hand, so I broke my hand there. Let's see. I've had probably more concussions than the human body fucking should allow. That's for sure. That might explain a lot of my, that might explain some of my fucking dumbassness. But, let's see, what else, man? I broke both my heels doing a double stomp. I was doing a show for JCW at Psychopathic Records, and they wanted me to do this jump off a loft. They have this loft in the back where they keep all their merch and shit. Mm-hmm. They wanted me to do a big dive off of it through a table. And again, me being I was like, yeah, sure. Oh, no problem. Yeah, I could do that.
You're right.
I'm New Jack's light-skinned child. Yes, I will. So I did it, man. Well, the way it was angled, it was like cockeyed. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't do just a splash. So I come down with a double stomp onto the guy. And when I hit that concrete floor, man, it just, both heels just done for. And I knew immediately that they were broke. You know what I'm saying?
Exploding feet match. Yikes.
It was horrible. Thank God it was the finish. I knew it was it. Ooh. But other than that, man, like, of course I've been busted open many a times, split open, you know, the hard way, as we call it, professional wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Man, but other than that, I think I've been blessed as far as safe. You know, I've never hurt nobody. I've never hurt anybody, ever.
Good on you.
And I pride myself on that, man. Like, I've never hurt anybody in the ring. It's always me that ends up hurt, you know, and to keep them safe. So.
Well, and you make a good point too. I've talked some shit on our scene, and I'll continue to. Don't worry. But it kind of says something that you've only been hurt, you know, a handful of times. So, you know, it's not like we got unsafe workers over the years. You know, you never got hurt. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing, for sure. For sure.
Who's some of the good vets here locally that you've run into over the years?
Man, we could probably sit here for an hour and talk on that.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And the first one that stands out to me is adorable Danny Ray. I love me some Danny Ray. He's one of my favorites. Let's see, Scotty McKeever. God rest his soul. He's another one that's gone from us, man. Tommy Gibson, you know, and not to say anything bad about Tommy Gibson, but that guy is a whole nother fucking story, man. I think he missed his calling. Like, he should have been like a comedian or something.
Yeah.
That dude's a fucking trip. again, we could talk an hour just on these old timers, you know, these old guys that I've got to hang out with, and that accepted me when no one else would, you know what I'm saying? Like Tracy Smothers being one of them, man, that guy, I went on the road with him for a little while. That was a fun time.
I'm sure.
And again, Necro Butcher. I mean, you know, I'm trying to think of some, you know, West Virginia based guys that are from here. Man, Brad Thomas. I don't know if anybody remembers that name. Richie Action. You ever heard of Richie Action?
I remember seeing him at some shows back in the day. I can remember the name.
He was like one of the first dudes in the area to do like a gay gimmick.
Okay.
Right? And I remember that was kind of what made me want to get into wrestling. Was I went to an indie show at Nitro, and they did like this invasion angle. It was like APW invading XMCW, and Richie was one of the people in the ring. I remember his lip got busted open, and back then, man, like I dressed nice back then. Like all my shit was fly, as the young kids say today. Like I was looking good, but I had a brand new fucking pair of Timberlands on.
Okay.
I remember Richie Action, you know, he was getting his heat, talking shit, and he fucking was talking shit to me, and me being a fan, you know, talking shit back. Well, I remember he spit at me, and it hit my fucking Timberland.
Oh.
And I wanted to fight that motherfucker so bad that I went to the promoter after the show. I was like, "How do I get into this? I want in this business." And it was all because of Richie Action. I wanted to legit kick his ass because he spit on my Timberlands.
I love it. Hell yeah.
But yeah, man. There was so many vets and so many guys, like I said, that kind of took me under their wing. And Johnny Blast, there we go. There's another name, bro. God, I love me some Johnny Blast. Just so many guys, man, that in the state and in the area that took me under their wing and basically made me believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? Was like Smokey, because I've never been a big guy. Never been a big guy. I've always been tall, but I've never been a big guy. Like, that's something I've never just been able to. I won't do steroids, so fuck that. I'll just be a little tall, skinny guy for all my life. But they were just those type of people and type of guys that were like, man, Smokey, don't let your size discourage you. Don't let nobody tell you that your size ain't going to let you make it or whatever. And they were right. You know what I'm saying? Because granted, I haven't got to go work for like WWE or AEW or none of that. But I tell you what, man, every time that I go work for JCW, it feels like all the hard work is paid off, right? When I go work for places like that, it's like, man, this is my WWE. I don't need to go be in the back somewhere with a bunch of fucking agents telling me how to have my match or do my match. Like, when I go work at JCW or you know, anywhere like that, any company that's just professional like that, but still give wrestlers the respect they deserve and the slack that they should have on shows, right?
Right.
I don't know, man. It just makes it all worth it. You know what I mean? So
good. You've earned it.
I'll say that.
Hell yeah.
But it goes back to those veterans, the older cats, man, just pushing me and pushing me and pushing me. You know.
It worked, man. Like I say, not a whole lot of guys make it out of here and make the rounds you've made, you know, so I think you guys a career to be proud of.
I'm very, again, it's that word, bro, blessed. I've been very freaking blessed, that's for sure. I've got to be in the ring with guys that I grew up watching, and I've got to hang out with guys that I never thought in a million years I'd get to hang out with and party with and chill with. I mean, fuck, like, again, back to the JCW and ICP thing. Grew up watching that stuff. Grew up listening to those cats. And now I get paid by them.
Yeah, man. That's good shit.
Mind-blowing, bro. Mind-blowing.
Uh-huh. And I'll be the first to say I'm blessed as well. But I think, and by no means am I saying I've had a hundredth of the success you've had, but I think one thing that kind of applies to both of us is we love wrestling, so wrestling loved us back a little bit. You know, like it's like
the a lot of people in the business always talk about, well, wrestling owes me this and wrestling owes me that. Brother, wrestling don't owe you anything. Wrestling don't owe you anything but what it's given you, right? Like, wrestling has given you enough. If anything, you owe wrestling.
Yep. You're exactly right. One of my personal rules is I try to give 10 times before I take once, you know, because it's wrestling, man. It's something you love. I love my old lady, so I want to give to her, and I want her to be happy, and I want her to be better, and, you know, so I love wrestling. I want to give to it, and, you know, it makes sense. In my mind, at least.
Wrestling's my old lady, man. She, it's the one girl that's never cheated on me, and she's always there for me. You know what I mean?
I dig it. I can dig the analogy. Well, one thing I wanted to touch on, you was talking about being on the other side of the barricade, getting the blood on your boots and stuff. Let's talk about fans over here. I think we got some really good fans now. We got fans come out to every show. They follow the stories. They know the characters. Was it always like that? Have you seen changes in fans over the years? Just tell me about some of the deals you've seen with fans over the years. Good, bad, and ugly.
I'll say again, because of just the way wrestling has evolved, that fans nowadays, they kind of know what's up, right? They get it. Mm-hmm. They know what's going on. They know, you know, they got Netflix. They've watched Untold.
Right, right.
So, wrestling fans back then believed a lot of the stuff that was going down, man. Like, there's a reason why Smokey C can't be a heel in West Virginia, bro. Like, it just can't work. Like, people lose their shit and flip out. I've had fans get in the ring on me and jump in the ring on me before. You know what I'm saying? Like, nowadays, though, I don't think it would. People have to worry about that unless that person getting in the ring is just not all there.
Yeah.
You know, mentally. Because I think everyday wrestling fans today, they know what's up.
Right.
They watch it now for the entertainment purposes. You know what I'm saying? And that's fine. Like, I get it, but that's not why I do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't do it for the entertainment side of it. I do it to fucking keep my old ass in shape. So, therefore, I do it for the sports side of it, the athleticism part of it.
Just as important.
It is, man. It is. But the older I get, man, I find my body being like, nope, can't do that no more. Nope, can't.
Fair enough.
What were we talking about?
The fans. No, you're good.
The fans.
Yeah.
The fans. Yeah, man. Like, the fans back then were just different. They wholeheartedly believed that wrestling was legit, and this guy's a motherfucker, and fuck him, and fuck his buddy too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That. Fans today, man, now I see fans, bro, that are in their 20s, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Late 20s, mid 20s, and they're coming up to me talking about, hey, man, do you remember this? And they'll show me a picture of me and them when they were a damn near toddler.
Nice.
You know what I mean? So I like that. Mm-hmm. Aspect of you know, these fans in West Virginia who have been consistently like you said, the ones who continue to come to shows, who are dedicated to the characters and the storylines that are going on around here, man. Like, I'll give a shout out to Michelle and her son Logan. Man, those people go to every single show around here.
Yeah, I see them on everything.
Everywhere, man. So, and they're some of my favorite people, man. I've watched Logan grow up over the years. Colton Tyler, I've watched that kid grow up, man, you know, and now he's a professional wrestler. It's insane, dude. It's crazy to me that these kids have gone from chanting my name, right, to now they're coming up to me and saying my name, but in a different way. Hey, Smokey, how'd I do tonight? What'd you think tonight, Smokey? You know what I mean? So it's very humbling, man. Very, I don't think I can say it enough. I really can't, and that's blessed. I'm really blessed at everything and everyone that this business has given me over the years. That's for sure, man. That's for sure.
That's the good stuff, man. That's the important stuff. It's the people and the interactions and the bonds and good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. Well, good. We're rocking and rolling here. Let's see what we're doing. See, this is why I should write down some questions sometimes, because we just rolling. Now I'm like, where do we go from here? Now we're talking nice. I'm not used to that. Oh man, it got all sweet for a second. Damn it. Oh, man, what am I going to do with this sweet stuff? But no, that's why on the Roni Awards, I made sure to give it out for Fan of the Year, because I think they're just as important as the workers. And like you say, you kind of do get close with some of these people. So
You do. You really do, man. You find yourself, messaging these people around holidays, like now. Like, hey, guys, just checking in with you. Merry Christmas. Hope all's well.
No, sure.
And, do all the fans get that kind of respect? No, but there is some who have a close place in my heart, you know what I mean, who I will continue to do that probably till the day I'm dead.
Yeah, and it goes back to what we were saying about the workers and not putting everybody over. You can't remember everybody, It's just the fact of life. We got an hour here and we're talking off the fly. When we're done, believe me, you're going to be like, oh, I should have said this name, I should have said that name, but I'll get the heat. You won't, don't worry. So.
It's okay. I embrace it too, brother. It's okay. I'm all right with it.
I got one for you. Here's a good one that I ask everybody, and 99% of the time people back out and they're like, I don't know, but I bet you have one. I ask everybody for a crazy road story, Smokey C. I bet you got one for me. I bet you got two if you wanted. You ain't got to name no names. You ain't got to name no towns. That way, make sure the statute of limitations is in place and everything. But give me a crazy road story.
I'm trying to think of how I could word this. So, like I said, I've been on the road with a lot of guys that I've learned from, that I've respected and just appreciated every word that comes out of their mouth, right? One of those people was Necro Butcher, okay? I was on the road with Necro for almost 3 years. We went everywhere together. Being on the road with that cat, I tell you what, here's a little inside info for people that don't know this about the Necro Butcher. That guy went to college when he was 15 years old.
Mm-hmm. 15?
Okay, 15 years old, college, 15 years old. He dropped out of college because he was getting made fun of because his grandmother was the one dropping him off at the front door every day.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And instead of him walking from a dorm or driving himself, he was,
Mm-hmm.
You got this 15, 16-year-old kid being dropped off by his grandmother. So he left from there, joined the military, left the military, started wrestling. Point of the story is this. Necro Butcher is a fucking genius. This guy is so fucking smart. And being on the road with that guy, I learned so much about me. I learned so much about the business. I learned so much about just life, man. Like, people can knock the Necro Butcher all they want online and say he's this or he's that. I'm telling you motherfuckers what, you got a problem with the Necro Butcher, you got a fucking problem with me. That is my that's my wrestling dad. Like, everybody's got a wrestling dad. Necro Butcher's my wrestling dad. You know what I mean? He always has been. So, fuck you haters, man. Necro Butcher's a shit.
That's a hell of a dad to have, too,
Right. Him and New Jack, man. New Jack called me one of his light-skinned children. So, a lot of people don't like New Jack. But again, fuck you if you don't like New Jack.
Yeah, fuck you. One of the sweetest men I've met in wrestling. I say it like all the time. So whatever.
Oh, he's such a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, road story. So me and Necro are in Chicago doing a show for Billy Corrigan. It's when he was doing the Resistance Pro in Chicago. And man, there was it was an all-star lineup, bro. You know what I mean? You had Necro, you had the Briscoe brothers were there, your fucking Teddy Hart was there, Victoria was there. Like, it was a nice card, bro. A good solid card. And anybody that's a wrestling fan and it kind of has the scoop, right? They know Teddy Hart is crazy. Right? Like, Teddy Hart is fucking crazy. So Teddy Hart and the Necro Butcher decided to go party that night, right? Like, everybody knows Necro's a partier. He likes to drink. He likes to smoke, whatever. Well, that night, I guess they dipped into some stuff that they probably shouldn't have been dipping into.
That everybody else dips into anyway, but go ahead.
Right. Yeah, man. Well,
I'm
not going to say what it was or what it is,
right.
Or, you know. Just know it wasn't anything, like, fucking hard, right? Like, it wasn't anything harsh or bad or nothing, you know what I mean? Like, nothing like that.
Okay.
But I just remember I didn't want to party. I've never been to partying type, man. Like, I'm Smokey C, not Drinky C, Snorty C, Poppy C. I don't do none of that shit. I fucking smoke my weed. That's it.
Good on you.
So I don't drink, man. And plus I was driving, so I had to get up early and drive. Mm-hmm. So I go back to the hotel room, man, and I remember falling asleep, and all of a sudden there was a knock on the door at like 10:30. I think checkout was like 11, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm like, what the fuck? It's not 11 yet. I thought Dylan was asleep in the bed next to me. No, apparently they done sent some girl over to the room where I was. Uh-oh. To try to mess with me, but I guess I wouldn't wake up or something. And so she's asleep over there. I thought it was Dylan, but so I opened the door, and there's Necro. And he's standing there with a half a case of beer in his hand. A beer, you know, a beer in his hand here. And he's got this blinged out, like, fucking $2,000 fucking necklace on with diamonds all on it. And he comes in, he's like, hey, man. I'm like, what's up, bro? Like, we got to leave in like 30 minutes. Did you have a good time? He was like, pretty sure, man, there may or may not be a video out there of me somewhere, man. And I was just like, oh, God, fuck. All right, yeah, him and Teddy Hart had a great night. You know what I mean? Right. They had a good night. So, anyway, I try to get him ready and try to get him going. And he is so fucked up, Spooky, that I turned to put his shoes on, and this motherfucker puts one shoe on and the other shoe down in a trash can. Then he takes, you know how the hotels, they have the hair dryers on the wall? Mm-hmm. He takes that, puts it around his neck, down his shirt, grabs his beer, puts his hat on, and it's probably about as crooked as mine is right now, puts his hat on, and he's like, I'm ready to go, man. Bro, and that was non-stop on the road with this guy all the time. Just stories like that all the time with the Necro Butcher. So, man, it was just one of those situations where you're like, what do I do? You know what I mean? How do you look at the Necro Butcher of all people and be like, bro, get your fucking shit together? Like that. You're not going to. You just kind of go with the flow. Like, yeah. All right, man. Like, you kind of got like treat him like a baby. Like you're really babysitting him. Like, come on, man, put your shoes on. Let's go. Come on.
Yeah, man. All the respect you have for the guy, and also, you know, if you say the wrong thing, he's going to headbutt you in the face. So, you know, what do you do?
That was back before we had like the really nice touch screens, right? Mm-hmm. So like we were having to use MapQuest to get around. Okay. This motherfucker's asleep in the passenger seat next to me. Okay. I'm trying to get out of Chicago at fucking 11 a.m. in the morning. And I have no idea where I'm going, man. No idea where I'm going. Yeah.
We struggle to get out of Bluefield nowadays with everything you got. So, oh my God, that'd be scary.
So there you go. There's something that has changed with the times, right? Like back in the day, we had to have MapQuest to get around, which was a bitch. So you had to have a map, so you knew where you were going. Mm-hmm. You know, now these little, you know, the greenhorn guys and the younger cats, they got it easy, bro, to make these towns easy.
I remember when things got exciting and you could print out the directions, and you didn't have to use the big map.
I remember getting so fucking pumped when I got a TomTom.
I'm sure.
The TomTom saved my life many a times.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Well, that leads me to my next question I was going to ask you, and we're going to do it both ways. You've made all these towns. Went to a lot of big towns across the United States. A lot of folks haven't been, so you saw how a lot of different wrestling companies run. So on one side of things, if you could take everything you learned from Chicago and everything, bring it back here to make things work, what would you tell the wrestlers and promoters here? And if there's anything you picked up in West Virginia that you could take to those towns, what would you tell the wrestlers and promoters there?
Don't be afraid to evolve. As a company or as a worker, don't be afraid to evolve, man, because the world's forever changing. Forever changing. Professional wrestling is forever changing. It's not what it was back in 2002 when I started. It's not the same as it was in, 1998 when fucking the Attitude Era was on fire and booming. It's not the same as it was in 1980 when we had territories and everybody was making money. That's not what it is now, man. You know what I mean? Like, people have to think about that. So don't be afraid to evolve as a wrestler and as a company.
I like it.
And I would tell that to anybody, man. And back to what we was talking about, man. Don't be afraid to show your brother. That's what we are in this business. We're all supposed to be brothers. Don't be afraid to tell your brother, hey, man, love you. Be safe. Because you don't know if you're going to see that cat tomorrow or next week or next month. So I always make it a point to tell the ones I do care about. You know what I mean? Like, I love you, bro. See you down the road.
I'm big on that. I'm glad you brought that up because it gives me a chance to mention him. At those Clarksburg shows, a lot of shows I've seen you at. I always rolled with my buddy Chris. Called him Chris Carrero in Backyard Wrestling. Dude was athletic. He was still playing baseball. And one day I got a phone call. Dude, he went to the bathroom, had an aneurysm, passed away. I talked to him maybe a couple weeks ago. And one of the sweetest dudes ever. Probably the best man I've ever known. And, I mean, obviously, you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves, but it wasn't karma that did it. Health was on his side. And you never know, man, just out of nowhere. And I kick myself all the time because maybe it's been 2 weeks since I spoke to him, That's a good point.
That's how it was with, with Sabu when he passed, man. I didn't get to tell him bye, and I love him. And, New Jack, when he passed, it was, both of them just unexpected. There's just been so many people in this business. J.C. Bailey, Danny Havoc, the list goes on and on. I could brain damage. I could sit here and name so many guys that I've got to, meet and wrestle with and become friends with over the years that are no longer with us, man. They left way too soon. It's crazy. So yeah, I always make a point, man. Tell your fucking, if you really look at this business like you're supposed to, then each one of these guys that we share a locker room with is our fucking brother. Have your brothers, keep your brothers safe. Always tell your brother goodbye and you love him, man. Like, because you never know. You never fucking know.
That's a good point. Because, I think we do need a little bit more of that around here, especially. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Where are we at, Smokey C? Damn! Usually I give everybody a heads up when we're 10 minutes deep, but you're Smokey C. We can run it over if we have to. We're rolling into the final, we're going to say 10 minutes, even though we're at 59 minutes somehow. I don't even know what happened, but we're having fun. So at the end of it, I give everybody the opportunity to plug upcoming matches, merchandise, social media. If there's anything you wanted to get off your chest that you didn't, whatever you want to put out there, Smokey C. The platform's all yours, sir.
Man, as y'all noticed, man, I'm not one to really put myself over. I want everybody else to succeed and shit. So, like he said, if you follow, if you don't follow me on social media, I'm not hard to find. Smokey C, not hard to find, man. You want to know what's up, where I'm at, what I'm doing, that's how you know where I'm at, what I'm doing. Check them social medias, bro. And it's the same on everything, Smokey C or Smokey FNC. It's all the same, man. Yeah. But as far as wanting to promote anything, man, just support your local wrestling. Support your local talent. Support your local companies. Like, because if you guys aren't there, then, you know, who are we, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who are we?
And we talk some shit, but man, there's some good stuff going on, man. There's a lot of fun stuff going on if you go to the right show. And most folks are killing it. It's just, man, just show up and see, and then if you like it, come back, you know? It's crazy concept.
It's not your cup of tea, man. Go check out somebody else. Go up the road, man. Maybe they've got something going on you might want to watch. You know what I mean? Like, don't give up on independent wrestling, man. I think independent wrestling is going to be on fire again real soon. Real soon.
I agree 110%, man. And I got to give you your due. You know, we've talked about all the towns you've made and all the years you've put in. And I've run into people in the business that haven't done a 100th of what you've done. That's just been cocky fucking pricks. But anytime I see you and anytime I ask anybody about you, you've been kind and respectful as gold. So I give you all the love in the world, man. You're one of the good ones. I can promise folks that. So that's why when somebody gives me shit or wants to talk some shit, I'm like, dude, if Smokey C, if Tony Perdue, if some of these guys that have done some shit in this business, Jason Kincaid, can treat me with respect, I could give a fuck less what you think about me. So that's my 2 cents.
Sure, for sure. Like I said, like I keep saying, there's too much hatred, too much negativity in this world, in this business. Life's too short, bro. Life's too short.
Good point.
Enjoy it. Hell
yeah. I appreciate you joining me, Smokey C. I will ask you to hang on the line for me while I wrap this up for the folks at home. To the folks at home, you heard the man. I'll add to that. Treat each other with kindness and respect, but don't take no shit from nobody. Go out there and live your dreams. Support independent wrestling. Stay tuned to the Roni because we're going to get real wild in 2026. Thank you for the fantastic numbers on the Roni Awards. Couldn't be happier with how that turned out. I'm glad we put some smiles on some faces and put a few tears in a few eyes in the process. You can kiss my ass if you didn't like it. Spooky Lou loves you, and we're out of here.